Hello and welcome to the Unusual Fruit Garden. So today I just thought I'd do a quick video just to show how I've got a rainwater catchment system set up, and that's feeding into a 1,000 litre water tank. As you can see, this area is where I've got all of my raised beds for the Unusual Fruit Garden, where I'm going to be growing all the different types of fruits. Along here I've got a detached garage and an external shed. So to try and catch as much rainwater as possible, as you can see, I've run guttering all the way along the front of the garage, corner piece running all the way along the side. It's a hell of a long run, this one. That's had to have just a join put in the middle there, just because the guttering I had wasn't quite long enough to run the entire length. I've thankfully actually had a lot of spare guttering, so this hasn't really cost me much. The only things I've really had to buy are the corner pieces, and that's because recently the area where I live has had loads of external insulation put on by the local authority, and when they did that they also replaced all of the guttering, and when they replaced the guttering I just told the workmen to leave the old guttering in place because I had this idea in mind. So as I said, the guttering goes all the way along down the side of the garage, the front of the garage along the side, cuts in a little bit here where I've got my fiberglass shed, then it runs along the front of the shed, down the side of the shed, and as you can see I've constructed just like a funnel system just to get it in from the actual drainage. Now we did have some rain overnight, and I have checked it this morning and it has ran down into the actual bucket. I've only just managed to get it set up yesterday, but just looking in the guttering going along there and also along the side of the garage, you can see there's no water left in there. I did need to just make a tiny adjustment this morning just to adjust the final angle of the downpipe on there. Just dropped it an extra inch just because I could see a little bit of water pooling in the gutter. So I say I just dropped that an extra inch down, and that just let all the water run along straight down into the catchment. Now this is an IBC tank. The IBC tanks generally, the general size of them is 1,000 litres. You can get them as small as 600 litres if you don't have quite the room that I've got here. Now I always plan to have one of these in my garden, so that's why I've actually left enough area just by the side of the shed, along with the rest of the side of the raised bed planters, knowing that I'd need at least around about 1 metre by 1.2 square to be able to get one of those in. So I specifically left enough room just to be able to get one of those tanks in. Now these tanks you can see advertised online. Most of them are advertised as still needing a clean out. They might have had anything from dilute juice to cooking oil, all the way through to concrete additives and foams and all sorts of different stuff. Now the place I got this from is actually a company that does steam cleaning for tankers, for your general transportation tankers, stuff like that, and they also do these as well. And when I phoned up just to ask how much they would charge to clean one, they actually said they had some fully cleaned, fully steam cleaned out, so it's really good condition. There's no residue inside it from the previous contents of the tubs at all, and as you can see on the markers there, it goes over 250 gallons, and there's your 1,000 litre marker. So it's going to hold a hell of a lot of water, this. I say it's only just the beginning of February, so hopefully come some rainy season, or some rainy days and weeks ahead, hopefully that'll actually start to fill the water butt up. Just to be sure that I could still get a bucket underneath it, I have set it on top of a pallet that's underneath there. The IBC tanks do generally come in the metal containers that do sit on a pallet anyway, but if you just had that right on the floor where the tap is, you wouldn't be able to get a bucket underneath it to fill a bucket up. So then you're having to get like all of your tap fittings, get hose pipes on, this, that, the other. I'm still probably going to put a hose pipe adjustment fitting on it anyway, just so I can then water the raised beds a little bit easier rather than having to just fill bucket after bucket. But the price of this cost me £40 for the tank. Now you could go down to B&Q, Wicks or anywhere like that and spend £40 on maybe like a 200 litre water butt, something like that. I've had a 200 litre water butt in the past and it just wasn't keeping up with my water requirements, so that's why I went for a full 1,000 litre. And I say for the price of this, you just can't really go wrong for 40 quid for a 1,000 litre water butt. I say B&Q, anywhere like that online, you're only going to be getting 200, 250 litres for that sort of price if you're lucky. Obviously they might look a little better, and if it's going to be on display in your garden you might want to have something that blends in a bit more, but because this is sat behind my shed, and when you go down here you literally can't even see it from my house. I say it's tucked right in the corner there, so it's out of sight, out of mind, so it's not even an eyesore for me at all. But as I say, it should mean that even if worst came to the worst and we had like a hosepipe ban over the summer, it's very rare where I am. I'm in the northeast of England, so generally hosepipe bans do happen further down south. But we have had the odd one or two up here as well, and if that did ever happen, at least I'm going to have a really good, substantial water supply backup. So that is my 1000 litre IBC container, connected up to full drainage system running all the way along the side and front of my shed, then all the way along the side and front of my garage. All being fed down and fed in. So there we go, that's how I've got my water catchment system fully plumbed up, so to speak. And then it means when I'm going to be watering my blueberries especially don't like tap water. That's my blueberry there. I've got 6 different blueberry types. So obviously blueberries themselves only like rainwater, they don't like tap water, so that's another reason why you want to have some sort of water put in your garden. So yeah, that is my IBC 1000 litre water tank, all plumbed up and connected to all of my guttering and drainage. Hope you found the video useful. If you did, please subscribe. I'm going to be updating the channel throughout the year with full progress reports on everything that I'm growing in the garden, and that's ranging from funberry, justerberry, lingonberry, serviceberry, chili and guava, tayberry, blueberry, mulberry, more blueberry, more chili and guava, honeyberry, wineberry, raspberries, summer autumn raspberries, pineberry, strawberry. There's all sorts of stuff, so as I said, do subscribe, keep up to date, and I hope you found the video useful. Thanks for watching. Cheers.